the GOAT debate just got real. And this time, it's personal. For years, fans have felt that silent chill between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. The fake smiles, the sly comments, the subtle shade.
That probably just doesn't annoy Michael Jordan. That probably annoyed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It probably annoyed Magic Johnson.
But now, the truth's finally spilling out. And it explains why not just MJ, but nearly every all-time legend, from Magic to Pippen, has beef with King James. And guess what? It's not just the old-school icons side-eyeing him. Even current stars can't stand how LeBron built super teams on demand, then turns around complaining about weak rosters like he didn't handpick them himself. Fans call him out for acting untouchable, and media folks? He treats them like enemies the second they question him. From the decision, to the dunk tape scandal, to his latest explosive feud.
I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was y'all, everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years, everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
LeBron's ego just keeps setting fires everywhere he goes. Now, here's the million-dollar question. Does he even care? Or does he secretly love being the villain everyone loves to hate? Because honestly, it looks like he feeds off the drama. Let's be clear, LeBron James is one of the greatest players ever to touch a basketball. The numbers prove it. The championships prove it. The sheer longevity speaks volumes. But here's the issue. LeBron doesn't just want to be in the GOAT conversation. He wants to end it by crowning himself the one and only king. And then he straight up said it, calling himself the greatest of all time.
It's about chasing the validation. LeBron said, in 2016, winning the NBA championship, coming back from 3-1. That's the thing I felt like made me the greatest of all time. That probably just doesn't annoy Michael Jordan. That probably annoyed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It probably annoyed Magic Johnson.
That statement hit legends like MJ and Kareem hard. Not because they don't respect his talent, but because they hate the self-proclaimed throne. To them, greatness isn't declared, it's earned. And when Michael Jordan heard LeBron call himself the greatest, oh man, his reaction said everything.
His career's not over. I'd just like to, why he's saying that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that sells. Maybe he's taking the Donald Trump approach and trying to sell himself. I don't know.
The smirk, the laugh, that slow head shake.
My problem is more so with LeBron is if you are the greatest player, if people are saying you are the greatest player, or if people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player, why do you need to say it?
MJ didn't need words. That single clip went viral, turned into memes, GIFs, the whole internet went wild, and even NBA insiders had something to say.
Michael Jordan has never, ever said he's the greatest player to ever play the game. Why? He's respected all the other players before him. So for LeBron to say that, he's sort of pulling himself out of it.
Reporter Vincent Goodwill chimed in, and former Celtics GM Danny Ainge joined the conversation on live radio, throwing subtle shade right back at LeBron. Things are about to heat up like never before.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, all the guys that prior to me, I never had a chance to play against. What everybody's saying I never had the chance to compete against other legends that was prior to me. Even
though Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan have had their fair share of differences, Pippen didn't hesitate to call out what he thought was wrong with LeBron's bold, "I'm the GOAT" statement. And just when everyone thought this debate couldn't get any hotter, Scottie dropped a nuclear take that shook the entire basketball world. He said something that revealed what kind of man Michael Jordan truly was. Loyal.
LeBron officially passed Larry Bird and got into the top 5 when he won his final championship, his only championship in Cleveland. In my mind, he still has a way to go clearly to pass Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, 11 championships, 13 years, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
the captain.
And my heart just won't let him pass Magic just yet.
Driven, and never one to crown himself before earning it. Now let's hear it straight from the GOAT himself, 6-time NBA champion, Finals MVP, and basketball's ultimate icon. When asked point blank if he was the greatest to ever touch a basketball, Jordan's answer was priceless. No bragging, no "I'm the best" talk, just that classic MJ humility we all recognize. That moment showed why Jordan's confidence always came from performance, not proclamations. While the argument was heating up, Jalen Rose, former NBA star turned sharp-tongued analyst, stepped in with one of the most balanced takes yet. Breaking down the GOAT debate with surgical precision, Rose pointed out the real differences in their eras, playing styles and career paths. He said something that hit home for a lot of fans. This debate was never just about stats or rings, it's about context. And that's exactly why so many NBA legends were still mad at LeBron for that self-crowning moment. But let's be real, LeBron's resume is insane. 4 NBA titles with 3 franchises, 4 MVPs, the all-time scoring record, and the first player to hit 40,000 points. Those numbers scream greatness. Yet the backlash started the day he called himself the GOAT, when he only had 1 ring.
We all know MJ. Even if you don't know him personally, he's one of the most ruthless competitors there is. And till I'm done, and he doesn't have to look at me run up and down wearing the number 23, and every time my name is mentioned with his, he's like, I don't want to fucking talk to you. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jordan had 6. Kobe and Magic each had 5, and they built dynasties before claiming any crowns. So when LeBron declared himself the greatest that early, it came off less like confidence and more like disrespect to the legends who paved the road before him. Here's another detail that still bugs people today. LeBron gave himself the nickname King James in high school before playing a single NBA game. Most legends earn their nicknames after proving themselves. Michael didn't name himself Air Jordan. Nike did, after he soared above everyone else. But LeBron? He crowned himself long before the league had crowned him. Sure, he eventually became one of the greatest, but calling yourself king before you've won anything still makes the old school crowd roll their eyes.
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, though.
And if you ever doubted whether MJ has any love for LeBron, LeBron himself kinda confirmed it on the Pat McAfee show. He showed major respect, calling Jordan an inspiration and the gold standard of basketball. But his tone hinted at something cold beneath the surface. LeBron didn't say there was bad blood, but it's clear Jordan's never shown interest in building any friendship with him. LeBron once admitted, "My motivation is this ghost I'm chasing." The ghost played in Chicago. That one line says everything. He's spent his entire career chasing the impossible, not just MJ's rings, but his legacy. Because here's the hard truth. Matching Jordan's 6 championships would only be half the battle. The real test is surpassing his global influence, his cultural dominance, his myth. And even if LeBron somehow wins 2 more titles and ties the record, he may never reach MJ's once-in-a-lifetime iconic status. Michael Jordan's popularity wasn't just about skill, it was about timing. He became the global face of basketball right when the NBA exploded internationally in the 1990s. The world fell in love with the game, and MJ was its poster boy. But when it comes to LeBron James, it's a different story. He's got one of the biggest fan bases and one of the biggest hate clubs ever.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
In fact, LeBron's often labeled the most hated player in the entire NBA. Even as LeBron rose to superstardom, the backlash followed close behind, fueled by how quick he was to crown himself before fully earning that title. Sure, his talent's undeniable, but plenty of players took issue with that self-proclaimed greatness. Just ask Carlos Boozer. He was one of many who openly criticized LeBron's constant self-praise, calling it a turnoff for players who believed respect should be earned, not demanded. One of the biggest criticisms against LeBron James has always been how his own actions turned him into one of the most polarizing figures in basketball history. And nothing sums that up better than his infamous Chosen One tattoo. Here's the backstory.
But we also know you 3 kings came down here to win championships. Not 1, championships.
Not 2.
LeBron, tell us about that.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7,
In 2002, Sports Illustrated put a 17-year-old LeBron on its cover with the headline, "The Chosen One." The hype was unreal. But what really sparked controversy was when LeBron went and tattooed "Chosen One" across his upper back. Fans and players alike saw it as proof he'd started believing his own legend before even proving it on the court. Instead of staying humble and letting his game speak, he branded himself as basketball's messiah. Fast forward to 2021, LeBron was officially ranked the most hated NBA player across America. According to Twitter heat map data, his polarization hit new extremes. Then in 2022, an online betting company analyzed 1 month of negative tweets about the league's biggest stars, and the results were wild. LeBron topped the list by a mile with over 100,000 hateful tweets aimed at him. His closest competitor, Kevin Durant, didn't even come close with only around 35,000. Behind them were James Harden and Kyrie Irving, trailing far below. But here's what most people don't realize. The roots of that hate go way back, long before the later career drama. As early as 2008, when 23-year-old LeBron was still chasing his first championship, other players were already throwing shade. After the Wizards beat LeBron's Cavaliers in a regular season game, Washington guard Deshaun Stevenson didn't bite his tongue. He said, "He's overrated, and you can say I said that." That moment showed how early the resentment from his peers began building. Still, one move in particular cemented LeBron's reputation as one of the most controversial stars ever, painting him as disloyal in the eyes of millions. Over 13 million people tuned in live on TV for the moment that changed everything, the decision. In 2010, LeBron sat down on ESPN and made the announcement that would haunt him for years. It wasn't just about leaving a team, it was about breaking hearts. Imagine it, the hometown hero from Akron, the man everyone believed would bring a title to Cleveland, looked into the camera and told the world he was taking his talents to South Beach. That one sentence flipped his image overnight, from savior to sellout, from hero to villain, all in front of millions. It wasn't just a simple announcement, it was a production.
Whiny, all the above. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete?
A full 1-hour special ending with the now infamous line, "I'm taking my talents to South Beach."
Bro, LeBron's a great player and a great guy, but this notion that he's got to have all the best players on his team. He's got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love. He want everybody. He don't want to compete. He want to be the favorite all the time. It just pisses me off that a guy that great don't want to compete.
Fans lost it. Cleveland felt betrayed, like their hometown hero had just turned his back on them live on national TV. People burned his jerseys in the streets, and Cavs owner Dan Gilbert fired back with a furious open letter calling LeBron's move a cowardly betrayal. Even casual fans said the whole spectacle felt way too self-centered, like LeBron was putting himself above the game before he'd even won a title. After the decision, things spiraled. Forbes quickly listed LeBron among the world's most disliked athletes. And then came the Miami welcome party, the one that made everything worse. LeBron, Wade, and Bosh took the stage like rock stars, lights flashing, confetti flying, with LeBron boasting, "Not 1, not 2, not 3. Championships." It was supposed to be fun, but it came off arrogant. 3 superstars celebrating like they'd already conquered the league before playing a single game together. Even Michael Jordan couldn't hold back his opinion. When asked if he would have ever joined forces with rivals back in his day, he said flat out, "There's no way." Jordan explained that he'd never have called Larry Bird or Magic Johnson to say, "Hey, let's team up." To him, forming a super team felt like the easy route, not the champion's path. That comment hit hard because it came from the man everyone compares LeBron to. The funny thing? The move actually worked. Miami won 2 championships and LeBron proved he could deliver. But that TV special, that single moment, permanently changed how fans saw him. He went from being America's favorite young star to the player people love to hate. Even after bringing a title back to Cleveland and later dominating with the Lakers, the shadow of the decision still follows him. Because in sports, how you win can matter just as much as winning itself. And for millions of fans, that flashy ESPN special still symbolizes the moment LeBron crowned himself bigger than the game. But that's not the only moment that cemented his unlikable image. There's another story his haters love to bring up. Remember the Jordan Crawford dunk incident in 2009?
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son.
Oh yeah, that one still haunts his legacy. Here's what happened. Jordan Crawford, then just an unknown college kid from Xavier.
Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing.
Threw down a vicious dunk on LeBron during a casual pickup game at the LeBron James Skills Academy. The gym went crazy, but moments later...
For the record, his agent and friend Rich Paul has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call.
Nike staff allegedly swooped in and confiscated all the tapes. Instantly, rumors flew that LeBron had ordered it to protect his image.
He approached me during the game, and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son."
A Nike rep claimed the footage was pulled simply because filming after-hours games wasn't allowed. But freelance cameraman Ryan Miller told reporters a different story, that LeBron spoke to a Nike official right after the dunk.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
And minutes later, Miller was told to hand over his tapes. That claim lit the internet on fire. Critics said it was proof LeBron couldn't handle embarrassment, calling it soft and image-obsessed. Even though Nike later returned the footage and it leaked online anyway, the damage was done. To haters, it became another example of Team LeBron trying to scrub anything that challenged the King James narrative. And honestly, if LeBron had just laughed it off, or even given Crawford props, it would have been a non-story. But instead, that moment became a permanent stain, proof to critics that LeBron can't handle looking human, even in a meaningless summer run. And speaking of critics, let's talk about one of his loudest, Charles Barkley. The summer of 2018 had LeBron at a crossroads after another brutal finals loss with Cleveland. Frustrated, he publicly pressed the Cavs front office to rebuild, claiming the team was too top-heavy and lacked defensive firepower. That's when Barkley, never one to hold back, stepped up with a scorching take that had the whole basketball world buzzing. Charles Barkley didn't hold back. He said, "A guy that great shouldn't be afraid to compete." That jab hit deep. LeBron wasn't having it and fired right back, calling Barkley a hater. He snapped, "I'm not going to let him disrespect my legacy like that." Then LeBron went off.
You completely, missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court. That is your job, to criticize.
Next, LeBron revealed why he had a sudden outburst.
But when you take it and you get personal with it, it's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players.
I'm not the one who threw somebody through a window. I never spit on a kid. I never had unpaid debts in Vegas. I never said, "I'm not a role model." He didn't stop there either. I never skipped All-Star Sunday because I was too busy partying in Vegas. All I've ever done is represent the NBA the right way. 14 years, no trouble, always respected the game.
My issue is with LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar. And he went on national television today and he lied again.
Print that. That clapback left the whole basketball world stunned.
Because he continues to lie to the world about what I said and who I was pointing the finger at. To regurgitate an obvious point, when I talked about Bronny James early in the season and I highlighted the fact that at that particular moment in time, he simply was not ready, I was calling out LeBron James.
But LeBron's feud list doesn't end with Barkley. Next up was Paul Pierce, and this one got personal.
The cameras were rolling, and had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act, you want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked, because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him.
The bad blood between them reportedly started when LeBron was accused of showing disrespect to veteran players during his early Cavs days. Things exploded during a heated exhibition matchup between Cleveland and Boston when Pierce allegedly spat toward the Cavs bench, right in LeBron's direction. Kendrick Perkins later confirmed it wasn't random. There'd been tension brewing long before that night. When reporters pressed Pierce about it, he didn't exactly deny it. Instead, he gave a wild explanation. "It was a preseason game, didn't mean nothing," he said. "Me and LeBron were going back and forth, benches were talking, I said something like, 'That's why y'all on the bench,' and I spit that way." Then he added, "I don't know if I hit somebody or not, but tempers flared, and next thing you know, we were in the hallway. It was about to go down." That's the kind of raw rivalry that defined early LeBron versus Pierce battles. No wonder Pierce has kept his criticism alive all these years. The tension never really died. And honestly, there are countless reasons why LeBron remains one of the NBA's most polarizing stars. But now, he's in the middle of an entirely new controversy. This one isn't about his stats or championships, it's about family. Yep. LeBron is facing massive backlash for a fiery new feud that started because someone came for his son. This time, the beef is with none other than Stephen A. Smith. Their relationship has always been rocky, full of subtle digs and backhanded comments, but lately it's gone nuclear. What used to be tension under the surface has turned into a full-on war. Things hit a boiling point after the Knicks versus Lakers showdown on March 6th, when a viral courtside clip showed LeBron snapping on Stephen A. You could feel the heat just watching the video. LeBron's face said everything. The moment spread like wildfire online, and fans went crazy trying to figure out what sparked it. What could have made LeBron lose his cool like that? What secret beef finally boiled over in front of millions? Well, soon after, Stephen A. broke his silence on his show and peeled back the curtain on what really went down. He didn't want to say too much, but hinted at what LeBron shouted in the clip, and fans already knew from his tone. The message was loud and clear. "Keep my son out of this." Stephen A. looked genuinely shaken and admitted the confrontation hit harder than fans realized. He said he was disappointed by how it played out, especially since the internet twisted the story and blew it up even more. With rumors flying and people making wild assumptions, Smith had no choice but to go on his channel and finally set the record straight about what really happened between him and LeBron that night. For those who didn't know, the real reason LeBron snapped at Stephen A. Smith was because Smith had been going after Bronny James. That's right. LeBron's eldest son, a rookie with the Los Angeles Lakers, had been under Smith's microscope for weeks, and the criticism finally pushed LeBron over the edge. Here's the setup. On his show, Stephen A. started by praising the heartwarming moment. Opening night, father and son on the same court for the first time. That's beautiful. But then came the switch-up that set everything off. "And then reality sets in," Smith said. "We love what we're seeing from him in the G League, because that's where he belongs right now, learning, improving, and earning his place in the Lakers rotation." That's when things turned personal. Smith basically said Bronny hadn't shown enough talent to be in the NBA yet, pointing to his college stats at USC. During his lone season, Bronny averaged just 4.8 points and 2.8 rebounds in 25 games, starting only 6. Smith argued that his numbers didn't scream NBA ready, and without the James name, he might not have been drafted at all. That's the line that made LeBron see red. To a protective father like LeBron, who's always insisted Bronny earned his spot through hard work, those comments crossed the line from analysis to attack. So when LeBron hit the Pat McAfee show, he tried to stay calm at first, but then came the explosion. LeBron suddenly said, "Stephen A. gonna be happy as hell I'm talking about him. He'll be smiling ear to ear right now. You could feel the frustration in his voice. Years of media tension boiling over in one line. Stephen A. didn't take it quietly. He fired back the very next day, calling LeBron a liar and saying, "LeBron James is full of it." Smith swore his comments were never personal, just basketball talk, and then accused LeBron of trying to control the narrative anytime someone criticized him or his family. The two Titans were officially in a full-blown feud. Later, Smith tried to walk it back again, saying he meant no harm, but then dropped a line that fans couldn't stop joking about online. It became an instant meme. Not for what he said, but for how he said it. Still, one thing's clear. Both men stood their ground, and the internet hasn't stopped talking since. Those were some bold words from 57-year-old Stephen A. Smith, who stands at 1.85 meters, facing off against LeBron James towering at 2.06 meters. Two giants of the game, one on the court, one behind the mic, clashing over legacy, pride, and family. This feud isn't over, not by a long shot. So tell us what you think. Was Stephen A. out of line, or did LeBron overreact? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild sports drama. See you on the next one.